For the 1864 election, Abraham Lincoln had asked then Tennessee Senator Andrew Johnson to be his running mate. Although Johnson is a Southern Democrat, he is an anti-slavery unionist and would likely appeal to more conservative Democrats living in northern states. But while Johnson is anti-slavery, he is not in favor of granting rights to freed blacks.
Like most Americans of the 19th century, Andrew Johnson is a white supremacist. He despises the institution of slavery because of the power it grants the planter class in the South. After the war, with slavery now destroyed, Johnson proves rather indifferent to the plight of the freedmen, the blacks in the South. It's one thing to destroy the institution of slavery, it's quite another to then elevate the blacks to a level of social equality. Johnson has no intention or no desire to see racial equality brought to the South, or anywhere in America for that matter.
What surprises many is Johnson's leniency toward the ex-rebels. For a man who supposedly despises rich plantation owners, he makes it easy for Southern states to return to the Union. No punishments, no questions asked. Historians are unsure why Johnson flips, but soon Southern states restore their governments to pre-Civil War status. Elections have resulted in the appointments of many prominent ex-Confederates, including Senator Alexander Stephens of Georgia, who had been the Vice President of the Confederacy. Almost immediately, most former rebel states enact harsh laws known as Black Codes.
The Black Codes are laws designed to regulate the lives of blacks, in particular to control their movements throughout the South and to force them back onto the plantations as farm laborers working for the white landlords.
Some codes prohibit blacks from owning firearms, buying liquor, or engaging in any trade or business other than farming. The land promised to the freedmen is returned to unrepentant rebels, sentencing blacks to a landless existence for generations to come. Often, white landowners would hire freed slaves to work the harvest, only to chase them off the land when their wages came due. Unable to collect their meager earnings, many blacks starved to death.
Johnson looked the other way as these ex-Confederate governments reimposed stringent controls over the black race through the Black Codes, which were a de facto form of slavery in that they regulated the daily lives of blacks, much like apartheid in South Africa.
Some states go so far as to legalize the beatings of former slaves who are considered to have misbehaved.
Beating black people who step out of line for, things such as not getting off the sidewalk when you see a white man or white woman walking by. So small infractions are things that can be perceived as shucking that Southern way of life, so to speak.
The Southern insurgency, however, is about to become even bloodier. In Louisiana, a group of black Union Army veterans marches for the unthinkable, the right to vote. It is a recipe for a massacre.